Hello, everybody. Hi. Welcome and thank you so much for being here. This is going to be a collective timeless reading. So whenever it finds its way to you is the right time. Just keep in mind it's a general reading. So see which signs and symbols, ideas resonate for you in your particular situation to help bring you some kind of clarity to whatever you're wondering, concerned, confused about. It could just broaden your perspective, show you something in a different light, in a different way, perhaps narrow your focus, show you something you could be missing. In the end, always trust yourself. Trust yourself. That divine inner guidance is inside of you. And try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition. So you make sound decisions that are always based in love. Let's begin. We're going to start with the Quantum Oracle. These are sort of elusive cards. So let's see what kind of clarity comes through in the ether for the collective. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love have for the highest and the greatest good of all. Clarity for the collective. Start with one card. Thank you. Jump in. Oh, it's like the universe, but also like a swimming pool of beautiful, like rainbow possibility. Ooh, I see like maybe before you just wanted to like stick in your toe, test out the temperature. Maybe that wasn't the right situation. Maybe you're sort of like, you're holding back. But whatever comes through now, you're just diving on in. It's almost like a leap of faith. I'm getting a little bit of the full energy, but you're like diving into a new world, diving into a new universe, into a different dimension. It's Andromedan energy, adventure, and say yes to change. We had a lot of the change energy happening before. So maybe it was like, not sure, it's different, it feels weird, maybe this, maybe that. And now you're just like, yes, this feels right. This feels like I'm just going to go for it. It's also like, what is that? It's like a nebula that looks like the eye of God. So maybe you see something, you see the way. It's like a beautiful iris. I just thought of Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. Maybe something in that song. What's at the bottom? The Great Severing. Mars energy. Ooh! Anger, conflict, softening to love. This one is so beautiful. And then this one is, Mars energy is, it can be aggressive. It can be passion. It's a masculine energy. It's fiery and red, and maybe it's like a desert. I don't know. I've never been to Mars. I just thought of ROCKETMAN by Elton John. The Great Severing. So this is actually clearing away something that felt like too hot to handle. Is that another song? Like not right. Mars anger, conflict. So it says softening. So there was conflict, maybe just a lot of buildup of energy, and it came out in the wrong way to the wrong person in the wrong direction at the wrong time. It's bringing something back into balance, finding a solution, clearing away the clouds, looking back from a different perspective, standing on that planet and looking back, at that situation. Maybe I didn't handle that right, or maybe somebody else just kind of got heated in the moment. But it's working through that. It's not ignoring anger. Anger is important because that's how we let out frustration. It's just, where is it let out? Is it let out healthy? Sometimes we just need to go on a walk. Go on a walk. So we're getting different energies here to start with. Let's see what it's about. I mean, this is totally a different deck, but let's see. Let's go to the Life Purpose Oracle cards, see what comes through. I feel like we may need to balance that out with the tarot. Let's take a little turn, make a little change, go a different direction, and get some clarity on life purpose. Maybe what you're really wanting to dive into, what you're severing away, energies that need to be softened. How to handle the heat. Oh, it's family. Okay. So this is a softening energy around your family. Maybe you had an argument with a family member. It could be a chosen family member too. Your chosen family, not chosen family member. Sometimes we let out the brunt of our frustrations on the people that are around us that we're comfortable with, that's seen all those sides and facets of us. So if this is healing a family argument or situation, softening that situation, they're like, you have that log. There's that log across the way. You found a bridge across. Look at this little angel just sitting here like enjoying this. It says loving your friends and family is central to your life's purpose. Bridging the gap, finding a way across something that felt like I'm just getting like a rustling river. I see like the rapids. Maybe something came like fast. Maybe it's a fast solution too. You know, maybe a situation with your family is really on your mind. I see the children here. So maybe this anger wasn't even about you or like a partner or like it could have been children. You know, if they had a weird day at school and they kind of come home in a funky energy, they don't want to sit at the dinner table, they want to stay in the room. Maybe that's just addressing a situation that happened. They could have had an argument with one of their friends. We'll keep that and see how that balances out in the tarot, but that is coming through. Let's get one more card from Life Purposes. Maybe spending some more time with your friends. You know, the interesting thing about family is the different personalities, and perhaps we signed up on a soul level to be at that family for the lessons and the situation to unfold. Perhaps we didn't, but I feel like it's a soul family thing. I see like vibrations that don't match. Sometimes you just don't get along with somebody. You can still have so much love and just kind of not get each other. And now I see the chosen family, how there are people in our world where we just choose to be around them because maybe they really see us for who we are. They accept us. I hear the weirdo. So maybe you or someone in your family kind of feels like the weirdo. Maybe they just want to be accepted, seen for who they are, you know, how they go about doing things. I just heard people are strange. Is that the doors? I guess we are all kind of weirdos. We're all strange. We're all unique. So let's get another card on family. Jump in. And the Great Severing. So with the severing, it could be changes in a family. Somebody going off to college. A separation. It could be something in your environment too, or severing a certain type of way that you always went about doing anything. I just see like, I don't know, a dinner. I see like a family dinner. Maybe you guys, or if it's your family, I mean, some of you just live alone. So that would be like calling up a friend and doing something different, communing with others. But maybe some families always sit down to dinner together, or always sit down at breakfast, and maybe other families all kind of do their own thing. You know, I see somebody at the TV and somebody eating chips in the room and somebody just grabbing a bite to eat and eating in the car on their way home from work. So maybe it's having some family time. Or inviting your family to come meet somebody and sitting down to eat. Let's see. Take for the collective. Freedom. Freedom of stress. Freedom of burdens. The dolphins just make me think of playing. You have your wings. Maybe somebody wants some freedom to grow up, to discover something, who they are. Maybe somebody's leaving a family, going off to college. You're free to do what you choose. Somebody wants the freedom to choose what's actually good for them, or that's you actually wanting to, I just feel like you want to open up to something. You know, it's like you hear your arms are wide open. And then here you want to dive in. If something was always, I'm getting bored or stagnant, maybe you want freedom to have new experiences. The bottom is music. Look at this guy's hat. He also looks like a painter. He's got like a little beret on. He plays the violin. He's got some crazy colored wings. So maybe some of you play an instrument. You connect to somebody through music. You send a message. Sometimes you can't express maybe certain emotions or what you want to say, but you find a song that sort of has that right energy or the right words. So maybe you send somebody a song, somebody sends you a song. Maybe it's, I see like the Jonas Brothers. Like I see like a family band. Maybe there's multi-talent in your family or your chosen family, and you're putting together a band, or like having a party, making a playlist. Music is just so powerful. Maybe it's just some classical music while you dine. Maybe it's not classical. I see like a mariachi band. I say that right? Your connection to music is healing for yourself and others. I hear silly. I just see like being silly, maybe dancing around your house. Maybe somebody looks really silly when they try to dance. Let's get some clarity. I'm going to keep all these here. Clarity on music, freedom, family. Jumping in, and the great severing. Let's go to the tarot. I have this. This was actually a gift. It's called the, it's hard to say, the Sasurabito Tarot. I'll show you the box. Let's get some clarity for the collective on what's going on. Healing energy. Maybe having some compassion, softening your energy, maybe a gentle touch, you know, a gentle approach, honey on the wound. resolved an issue. Adventure, freedom, saying yes to change. You could rewrite the rules when families change and situations happen. Sometimes we have to adapt and change how we connect to one another. I'm just getting like annoyed. Like somebody always just kind of annoys you. You know, maybe say, hey, you know, when I'm doing something that kind of annoys me, or like I see somebody like, it's all cool that, you know, if I'm doing something in my room, maybe knock first. Give me a little knockaroo. Don't just come barging in. A little private time is needed. I just feel like it can change. You know, whatever it was, these little, like, just like little changes create big differences. Clarity for the collective. Start with one card. Four of Swords. Yeah, somebody needs a little bit of space. Freedom, time to heal. You know, alone time, meditation. Ooh, you're like almost like floating. That makes me look at this freedom. Freedom to figure something out. Freedom to express yourself. Four of Swords is like peace. So maybe somebody needs to have some quiet time. That could be you, somebody else. I mean, this could be alone, or you could be doing something together. It could be like you and a friend, you and a family member, maybe doing yoga. But it's definitely needing to pay attention to your energy levels, your stress, rest, relaxation, like clearing your mind space. Maybe actually clearing your space so you feel free. You know, when we're all jumbled up in our mind or in our actual surroundings, things are unclear. It just feels like a big heap of mess. So maybe it's getting organized. I'll show you the bottom, even though I'm going to pull another card, because that's the Fool, and that looks like this, the jump in. That's the leap of faith. It's not knowing what it's going to be. It's a chance. It's not being a dumbass. You know, if you know something's not right, if something doesn't feel right, you know, you want to be intelligent and smart, but it's also using your heart when you know something is right, when you want to have a new adventure, try something on your own. Usually it's like the young energy. It's like, you know, the Fool's the baby, the bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, I don't know what's gonna happen. What is this beautiful world around me? What's that? What's a rainbow? What's that? It's like you're learning about everything. Everything is up in the air. Everything is open in a new discovery. But interestingly, in this deck of cards, the Fool is this really old man in his skivvies, not wearing anything, with a big beard all the way to the ground. So it's like it doesn't matter how old you are to make a new start, to dive into something that just feels like an adventure. You know, it doesn't matter what age you are. You can still have that brand new start for EVs anytime you want. You know, to follow that drive for adventure. It's so funny. He does look like he's dancing and being a little silly and goofy puss around, like maybe by somebody wants to just maybe dance in their room naked by themselves. Just there you go, have fun. You know, look at this guy. That card makes me so happy. All right, let's get clarity on the Fool. Major Arcana 0. The 0 is the big, you know, it's the big opening. It's the big, anything can happen. It's that, I just saw like binary code. Maybe some of you do something with numbers or like SOS. What is that? What's the thing where you go, why can't I think of what that is? It'll come. It'll pop up later. Just thought of SOS. Then I thought of sauce on the side. All right, let's get clarity for the collective. On the Fool, 4 of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. All right, so, I mean, this is romantic. This involves your heart. Look at this, like, beautiful cup of coffee in the morning. He's, like, listening to his gut. You know, the hand is here, your solar plexus, but something is warming your heart. You know, this could be after that sleeping. You just need a good cup of coffee in the morning, or a cup of tea, or oatmeal, whatever it is for you. But look at how something is steaming. I mean, when the Knight of Cups comes through, it's usually an experience that is desired. You know, it's romantic, it's a date, it's a good time, or at least that's what this knight wants. I'm getting, also there's knowledge here with the book. It doesn't have to be like anything crazy. It could just reading a book, listening to some music together. It's just time. It's the experience. But it's a knight, so he's not the king yet. He still has some, or she has some things to learn. There's some new experiences they have to like get into, learn more about a person or a situation. But usually this is something involving love and romance. And it's not just a little message. It's not a text. It's not just like a, hey, maybe we should do that sometime. It's somebody showing up with an offer. Hey, let's do this now. So maybe this person looks like they're thinking about it in the morning, about what they're going to do later. Oh, you have another knight. So you have 2 nights. Maybe it involves 2 nights. The weekend. Maybe you like the weekend. The band, or the actual weekend. This is the Knight of Cups. Follows his heart. He's kind of romantic. If he's upside down, he could give a little bit of emotion, but not everything, or not really know how to focus that emotional energy so it's substantial and lasts. I mean, he could also draw back emotion, kind of be like in and out, but it's not like the Knight of Rods. It's not like totally drops you and totally in, then like that's totally in and out. This is the one that's like wishy-washy, upside down with how he or she is feeling. It's like a lot of processing going on. But upright, he's like into the processing. He wants to know more. He wants to ask more questions, you know, discover more about what he's like into. But this knight is the planner. He's a hard worker, or she. This is also water energy, Pisces, Scorpio, I almost said Aquarius, Cancer, and this one is Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, or earthy energy. It's grounded. This is the knight that like takes step by step, makes plans, works in the field, waters the garden, takes a rest, takes a break, you know, adjusts to the surroundings, the weather, the conversations, everything every day, different as it comes. But this knight's slow. It's the slow knight. Look at the tattoo. He's got a good tattoo on his chest. There's a field of wheat, so there is abundance. This knight in particular is working very hard. He's like sweating. So this could be 2 different people, or it's like working hard for something that's really emotionally fulfilling, but it could take a while. You can't force something to grow. He's just in the field in his like robe. So maybe some of you get up early, or it's getting up a little bit earlier in the morning to get something done. I hear the break of day. maybe the break of dawn, like really early. But this night is always the one that reaches the goal. This night makes it to the finish line because every step is done right and all the lessons are learned along the way to readjust. But sometimes it's a little frustrating because there's that waiting. So you don't always see all of the progress at once. So let's see, we have night energy coming through. Clarity on the Fool, the Knight. So, I mean, it could be that this journey, you know, you figured something out after healing, after finding a little bit of peace. I hear piece of a puzzle. Maybe something fits like a puzzle, but now it's like you're following your heart here. There's something that's ba-boom, ba-boom, like fulfilling you to maybe have a relationship, follow a job that really involves your emotion, your heart, a partnership, to take this leap of faith. But even if you dive on in and give it a go, it's going to be a process. You'll have to learn a lot about this new thing. Or this could be somebody else as well. Maybe somebody else in your family or your friends. Ooh, we got the Page of Swords. All right, so this is a message that does come through. This is kind of like the little stinker. Sometimes they're observing something. It's like the little kid that notices everything. And they just speak up. Like they notice things. It's like sometimes this is a little bit of a harsh energy. It's like, ooh, there was like a little bit of truth that came out. I get a little Arya energy with this. Like from Game of Thrones. So maybe somebody around you is not typical. They are like an outsider. You know, everybody wants them to be a ballerina, but they want to be in martial arts. You want to do something a little different. You know, you have a wardrobe, but they want to wear something else. Maybe, you know, this is usually a younger energy, or it's you feeling really young in a situation, but it's almost like you want to change something up. It's like if you had a certain clothes, all of a sudden you want to wear something else, or you want to just try something really different. Maybe somebody here wants to do something really different all of a sudden, and that kind of comes through like, what? You want to do what? Like, where did that come from? I see this little page as the one that also, like, I don't know, they like can't keep a secret. So if they want to, like, there's a surprise party and they accidentally like, oh, I was supposed to be a surprise. You weren't supposed to tell them. But usually this is looking like portrayed as the one that's like a little bit of, you know, somebody's kind of watching you, or somebody's watching you. There's a little bit of spying, but it's just to gather more information, kind of holding back. Like, it could be the, you know, flower on the wall. Is that what it's called? But it's to wait to make a move. And this could just be an informational text, a little information that comes your way, a little bit of clarity that comes your way. Maybe you didn't know what somebody was thinking, and you get like just a little bit of where they're coming from. You have the Six of Pentacles at the bottom. Ooh, this is weird. It's like this line, like of string from the one mouth to, it's like, you know, makes me think of a phone call, the telephone lines. There's like a song, there's like a Bush song. It has to do with like the lines, the telephone lines, I can't get that song. Oh, I wish I could. It's a good song. I think the girl from Friends is in the video. But this is equality. Both of these people are equal. Maybe it's turning a situation around, seeing the equality, equal give and take, realizing where, you know, your time, attention, money, gifts, energy is being appreciated, where it's not wanted. Maybe refocusing it to where it's equal give and take. I get really equal energy with this. I don't really get the big giving a gift or somebody really taking. I feel like this is really finding, like, I mean, it just looks like this. It's like a, I don't know, the equator and like a line. This line. Okay. Take that. Let's get another card. Clarity on the Six of Pentacles. Balancing out the scale. Equal give and take. Redirecting your time and energy to where it has the most value for you. Maybe somebody's discovering what's valuable to them. Maybe getting a little message of clarity, or like holding back a little bit so that you can observe something and make appropriate plans. Willing to put in the hard work for something to manifest. But whatever it is going to take a leap of faith. You have to dive on in. You have to just try. You'll never know unless you try. Eight of Pentacles. You are willing to put in the work, or somebody really wants to put in some work into you. I see like the Three of Pentacles as the working together, but this is more of a doing something on your own energy. Here, it's like a, I guess like a monk or someone just hanging out in their towel, really reading some good knowledge, reading a good book, gathering some information, acquiring something. But usually I see it as work energy that goes out. So maybe there's a teacher, someone who could teach you. It's all these chapters of your life. Maybe you're sitting on all these experiences. You know, we have sometimes brand new chapters that come through at different times in our life. You know, one book closes, brand new start, time to start a new book. What's going to happen? I don't know. It's going to be an adventure. See, like almost like, I don't know, it's almost like I see the Akashic records now. Almost like you got clarity on something that you were meant to be. It's like you're reading your own book or writing it as you go. Like really getting into your own story. But if this is just the energy exchange, somebody really, really, really is willing to work hard for something. It's like the apprentice. Sometimes you need to put a lot of energy into something in the beginning, so you acquire that skill set. So eventually, it's effortless, and you're more, you're the professional, and you can handle something that felt difficult when you first started it. So the more you do it, each time, the better you get. The easier it becomes, the more confident you are. And if this is somebody else, this is somebody who's really willing to put some energy and effort into you, or they're doing something a lot in their own world to work their way towards you. At the bottom, there's the Magician. So it is manifesting something. Look at, you're like an octopus. Handling everything at once. You know, you got something going on over there, you're juggling over here, you're doing that thing with the cups here. So you're not trying to fool someone, even though you got the Fool. This upside down is like trying to get one over on someone. But that energy is like artificial. It's like a fake trick. It's like a magic trick that you buy in the store that everybody can do. When the magician is upright, it's that special kind of magic. It's actually having things that you saw in your mind or thought of, ideas, and making it a reality and you have all of the tools. Apparently, you're really good at multitasking too, to make it all happen, maybe all at once. Handle many different situations, and they're all manifesting kind of how you saw it. Maybe totally different, but you're going to go with it and dive on in if there's something that's different. The magician is not afraid to fail because it's discovering what works and what doesn't work. Let's go to one more card from the Fairy Tarot cards. Let's get an overall energy on what's going on. Whew, I hope that something came through that felt, for you. Or made you see something over there that you're dealing with, like, okay, all right, I got this. Or I see that. Or if you don't, maybe it's just not your reading. Hopefully you're still enjoying yourself here either way. Let's get a fairy card. Fairy card for the collective. We need to know. For helpful advice, healing energy, focus and direction, where to put their, how to use their wisdom. Oh, wow. This is a beautiful card. It's the Four of Spring. I mean, talk about a magical moment. This is it. Look at the gigantic castle in the background. But you're not even in the castle. You're just in the field. These fairies are dancing. You got some dancing energy coming through. Maybe that just gets you in the moment. Dancing just makes you really in the moment, feeling some kind of like emotion depending on what kind of music you're into. But it's almost like time goes away, but you're both almost like meditation. You're out there, it's changing your energy, but still feeling your body. So maybe some of you really do need to like go dancing. Like maybe it's even dancing with signing up to a dance class and you find a partner there, or doing something with your honey. It could even be dancing with a child. Maybe your boy or your girl wants to take ballet, or like, what is the dancing, the Irish dancing where they dance around the swords? Or maybe they want to do karate or make pottery or whatever it is. It's that moment, it's that experience. But usually the Four of Springs does mean like a wedding. Maybe you're thinking about your wedding in the past, or a future wedding, or somebody's thinking about that with you. It's like a magical moment. It's like the little magical moments that mean everything. It is a celebration. It doesn't have to be a wedding. It could be a party, being out with your friends, a gathering, a good time around the house. It's just that energy where everything feels awesome right now. Be grateful. You have so much to celebrate. Deep feelings of peace. You did have the peace coming through with the Four of Pentacles, and happiness. And it's a contented personal life. Maybe that's what you desire, to feel really content, at peace, harmony, like you're just happy. So maybe that's what the plans are about, how to make that happen. Maybe that's what the change is, to change and orchestrate. Or maybe somebody else is wanting the same thing with you, maybe with somewhere else. At the bottom is this Prince of Autumn. So it's kind of like the Knight of Pentacles, but a little bit younger. It's dependable. No, I think the prince in this deck is, sometimes you get decks and all the princes and the kings and the queens are different. I think the prince is I think it is the same. I think it's the knight, because it's not the queen or the king, it's the prince. So it's the knight. So we have a double whammy with this knight. So slow moving, day by day, going through the seasons. He's dependable, protective, chivalrous, humorous. He's got a funny bone. I feel like when there's frustrations and things, like sometimes weird energy is really just transmuted with laughter. You know, like sometimes messing up, just you gotta like laugh it off, change that energy around, see the humor in a situation if you can. It's cautious but wise action. So it's making those plans, being a little cautious, but it is action. Meticulous attention to detail, and it's kindness to others. What's in this card? This little fairy. It's a earth energy, but he is holding a rod, so there is some kind of passion or some kind of like, magical direction that he's holding on to. It's almost like he's on this leaf and something is being used to move him forward. So like an oar. But you can fly. This fairy has wings, but you're choosing to be grounded on something. It's actually like he's flying on this maple leaf. Protective, chivalrous. We sum up this reading. I hope there was something helpful for you. I think it's about these moments, wanting more of these moments, maybe with your family or a friend, or a totally new experience since you do have the Fool. It's like dancing and music and magical energy, but you're not all in la la land. You or someone else really wants to make some solid plans for the future. Gain some knowledge, gain some skills, learn something new. Maybe this is that it's not just maybe diving on in once. Maybe you want that brand new experience to just keep coming back. You just want to keep diving into something. Keep diving into beautiful moments of possibility. So it's starting with you, starting with your heart. What makes your heart glow? What makes you tick? How can you multitask things? I picked this up and this was here, so you got double on the King of Pentacles, double on the Four of Rods. I feel like you have to multitask different personalities or energies or situations or work and a relationship and maybe family and friends and that like you have to, but somehow each moment can be like a little magical experience. I just get independence too. So I feel like there is somebody around you that also really does desire a little independence or their own personal magic moments. So really look at this one. See where you feel like it's equal give and take, where the energy just flows so beautifully back and forth. And here, it's an interesting way to show the Four of Rods. There's actually 4 rods floating on in the universe. They all have growth. It's like a table or a kite. But it's showing how you have this thing that can create the proper structure to build something upon. It looks like it's, it's both floating and moving. Isn't that how the universe moves? Like it's always kind of moving forward. And I feel like this is like, you can like take this like a stage or like a house or something, and you can just like put inside whatever little experience you imagine. And I'm getting like a little bubble that shows 3D what this experience is for you. It doesn't have to be the same experience every time. It's like a little different bubble of awesome every time. All right, I'm gonna leave you with that. I hope this reading was helpful for you. I love you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.